think at this point, I think I got separated from the team just because I wasn't really paying attention.
Fair
So
enough.
it took me maybe like 10 seconds to move where the rest of the team was.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I was just spamming shields.
Yeah, same spamming shields is fine, but also be aware. Let's see how much.
One, ready for battle. Round one.
Okay, so I don't know if you know, but do you know what happens after 15 seconds into a match?
You can press tab
Mm-hmm.
and see what they're playing while they're
Right,
running.
right. So before that, uh, what shouldn't until you know what their team comp is doing, what shouldn't you be doing?
Peeking like that.
Exactly. So be honest with me. Had you pressed tab by this time?
No idea. I might have.
Okay.
I
So
generally press tab like a bajillion times during a match.
okay. So I'm going to assume then that you did press tab, and that's the reason why you did this play. If you did press tab that many times, but because of what they're running, double sniper. Does that mean you should be peeking this? Right?
No.
Right. Double sniper. You can't peek this at all. You play behind shield. You play behind cover. Um, there are ways to peek with double sniper that lower your risk of being shot, but it's still dangerous to straight up peek when they have double sniper, right? This is
Lower your risk of being at 27 health.
yeah, right. And so, yeah, you don't hard peek these things. So again, just team things. We call this comp shield break, and the idea is to break shield. We don't need to fight DPS. That's not our job. Our job is to break shield. So that's to be our focus, which means we have no reason to peek this. We have no reason to peek this at all. We not only saw the Hanzo in front of us, but now we also just saw a Whittle shot on our screen, and here we are re-peeking, alright? That's a bit of a, you know, just, realize what's going on, right? They've got two snipers. And you're re-peeking. That's a pretty selfish play. And now our team is engaging, and we're losing shield break here, right? We're losing the DPS that you spent throwing a conch mine at midair and then not being with the team here. We lose a lot of time. That's a couple shots that we lose on. You could have been putting those shots into shields. Yeah, so because you were late, right, their team rotated back into their spawn. So now you're cut off here.
Yeah.
And
Someone walked into my trap at one point, which is actually kind of hilarious. I was coming back from spawn, and I saw that. Yeah, you'll see right there, maybe.
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Zine, are you live
Yep.
streaming?
On Discord, yeah.
How did we get the point?
Do what?
How did we get the point?
We got some kills. They positioned incorrectly. See,
Oh yeah, I think they overextended.
so also, I forgot to do this at the beginning. One thing I always do, this everyone has to do this for themselves. You need to look at your comp. So, when you're in spawn, you only know your comp. Um, and so you have to look at your comp and be thinking about what's my job in this comp, right? And so we identified shield breaks. My job is shield break. But then when the enemy comp comes to play, and when we know what the enemy comp is, we then have to identify, okay, how does this change the way we play? What is their comp good at? What is their comp bad at? Right? And then how does that change the way we play? Right? And that's what, we realized they're double shield, double sniper. So we can't peek, and shield breaking is uh, actually not bad. Generally you don't want to shield break double shield, but they have zero shield break. We out shield break them all day, so we possibly can win this shield break war actually. So we really want to be breaking double shield here, and then we want to be playing in ways that I don't have to peek the double sniper, and the team needs to be playing in a way that we don't want to be peeking double sniper. So everyone needs to be thinking about that for themselves. And so here, this is what, remember when Lamb, I know it confused you yesterday, but Lamb was saying you were playing like Reinhardt,
That was when I was on May.
but still, this is what he means. Where's your Reinhardt at?
Probably behind me.
Exactly. Who should be in front of you?
Reinhardt.
Exactly. That's what he means. Your Junkrat is Reinhardt right now. Especially against double sniper, that's just silly, right? That's just, that's silly. Be behind your tank. You're not a frontline character, you're a DPS. You either off angle or flank, a coordinated flank with the team. But this is greedy, alright? This is just silly positioning right now. Like, that Honda could have killed, a better Honda would have killed you there, and then you just throw the fight for the team. Like, right, we're re-peeking snipers. We shouldn't be doing that.
Let's up the tempo.
See, again, where's your team?
To the right of me.
Alright, you're in front. Now you're even pressing W. Alright, where's your team?
Behind me.
Exactly. This is all land, man. You're playing rather Reinhardt right now. Alright. Also, is Widow your concern?
No.
Correct. That's not a duel you can win. You shouldn't win anyway. And then, again, we're a shield break comp. You shouldn't be going after DPS. Not in this position anyway. Alright? You're in front of the team. Widow should just kill you here. Just straight up. She can't. Junkrat needs a target to hit. And then, really, if the rest of the team paid attention, you're cut off from our team. They should just turn on you and kill you right now. But yeah, you shouldn't be chasing random DPS characters. That's not your job. Your job is to break shield and to stay with the team. Widow is in zero position to actually do anything to our team here. She's of no threat to us right now, if we're playing on point. So just leave her. Just ignore her. The Widow's, this is not a matchup you want to take. And then, yeah. So you're just completely, remember we're shield break, but you're not shooting a lick of shield right now. You're shooting at a Widow behind their team. So think about the importance of Junkrat and Hanzo. The DPS are shield breakers in this comp. What shield break does is it doesn't allow them to press W easily, right? So you guys shooting their shields. It sounds anti-fun, but this is competitive. This is, Overwatch is a competitive game. We have team strats for a reason, and we need everyone doing their best to work on those, to do their assigned roles in the team strats. Because, and I'm not sure what Hedgehog's doing. I'm not sure if he's caring about shields at all. He may not either. So you guys not caring about the shield is obliterating our tanks, because they're able to just press W on top of our tanks and kill them. There's nothing we can do. I don't have enough healing for that. Lucio doesn't have enough healing for that. Reinhardt and Zarya only have so many resources that they have to expend, that they can expend to survive, but after that, they're done. So, the DPS's job is paramount in doing everyone's role. Ryan and Zarya are doing their role by holding the line and rotating their resources to last a long time so you guys can get the damage in on the enemy shields, right? And then when the shields are down, they press W, the enemy team presses S key, and you guys get free shots into their team, right? That's how shield break works. Everyone has their role to play, but right now, you and I would bet Hedgehog aren't doing your job right now. And that's why they're able to just run over us a lot.
Okay.
And please don't, I'm not, and don't take this as being mean. This is just, facts, right?
Yeah.
This is a VOD review. This is how we grow. But no way making fun of you. No way making anything. I'm just going by what I see.
I'm not in
Yeah.
any pain yet, so I
Cool.
think we're good.
Yeah, no, I don't intend to bring you pain. I just, we're here to get better and just showing and just pointing out what's going on.
Yeah.
So, So yeah, here we just our tanks are dead. I think we called to just stay on point as long as we can. So yeah, we're just trying to survive right now. So there's like really not a right way to play this. Actually, your positioning right now is really good. This is the way you should have been playing this whole time. Is up against this wall, away from the snipers. You knew. I think you saw the widow in that left door, that front left door.
Yeah.
So you hid across. That's how you play against a widow. You LOS her, right? She's good. She can see through walls, but she can't shoot through walls. Widow's pretty darn good, but there's something that every level has that Widow can't beat, and that's environment. Widow cannot do anything against the environment. So, they're playing perfectly here. Now, it would have been amazing if our team was alive, but they're not. We probably, with you playing like this, we probably would have won the fight.
Like, oh, right here, I know I did, and it's so bad.
Okay.
I know I did. I feel it. Yep, there it is.
And that was something that I think you and Kat both did, was when I called that we should ult, we ulted sometimes. Like that, I called that we shouldn't have ulted there. Because think about it, if this fight's lost, we don't have tanks. Well, Reinhardt's dead, and they have double sniper. If our Reinhardt's dead and they have double sniper, it's pretty lost because we have no shield. But I think we had lost maybe another one too.
I think at that point, I was trying to get them to back up to buy time, but I don't think it did anything. But let's see. I don't know.
It's okay. Like I get the thought, but think about
because
it.
it got out immortality, but I don't think it did anything besides that.
Yeah, think about it like this. So we called this fight was lost. They should eventually win this fight, which they do. They give us like 30 extra % for some reason, probably because they just played it wrong as well. Like this team wasn't good, right? They just capitalized on our mistakes. We've never been dominated in a scrim. It's always us dominating ourselves. But
Life coach Zine over here.
I'm just being reals. So yeah, think about it this way: if we save ults, we stall as long as we can, and we don't use ults, what do we have for next fight?
Ults.
Exactly, right? So that tire would have been amazing for next fight. But now we don't have it, so now we're one ult down in a fight that we already declared was lost.
Yeah.
Right. So that's just the methodology behind declaring, is this fight lost or is this fight, winnable, right? Or won. If it's winnable, we still use ults. If it's won or lost, we don't use ults. So we can have them for next fight. That's just the thought process behind that. So I know there's probably like no way you would have been able to get there, but can you tell me where it would be with their snipers rotating, where would be a good spot now to hold?
That little place behind me.
It's a good place it's not a bad place to hold, but there's a better place to hold.
What, the place where I was earlier?
No. It's on the screen right now.
The up part?
No. You don't want to you want to be out of the sniper's LOS.
Circle?
Where's a good spot for the snipers can't shoot at?
I mean, I could probably get in that circle thing and just kind of like shoot up and hope for the best.
No, you want to be on point because we're trying to stall point. So you have to be on point here.
Yeah.
So where would be a good place on point to hold away from where the snipers are positioned? And then this is their fault. Like, this is a grave error on their part. The snipers should never cross
right up against the wall where they are.
Exactly, right? They can't shoot below them because there's a wall. They have to, if they want to shoot you, they have to expose themselves, which is what you want to do. You want them to have to expose themselves to kill you. Because it gives our team a chance to make a play. This is if you hold against the wall, they have to like peek forward or jump down to kill you, which is great. They're going to win anyway, but at least you make them put themselves in danger. And that's just generally how if a sniper gets on top of you, just hold right below them. That's how you deal with that. And then that's how you play against Bastion. Like when a Bastion's holding high ground, like when Kings Row point A, people like to play Bastion and put him on that far corner, just play underneath him. He can't do anything. He literally can't shoot you on Kings Row point A if you hold right underneath him.
Yeah.
It's a throw pick. But people, things like that. Still calling not winnable because we're down 2. And now we're down 3. So this is great. Now, is it bad here that you're still walking a point? Is it bad or good?
Bad.
Why is that?
Because we already declared the fight was lost.
Okay. It's actually good. I'll give you that hint.
Oh, because we were trying to die on point.
Exactly. Yep. So, yeah. We still have control of the point. We're point percentage is, you know, how you win control. So we want to keep that ticking up as long as we can. If that means if they're not going to kill us and they're going to take forever to kill us, we're going to steal that extra 10%. Like, we're okay with that. So yeah, we as long as we still have point, the team wants to keep on getting the point. But as soon as we lose point or we see that, okay, there's the last person at some point, he's the last person I can ever touch, then we stop going in. But here you're able to make it in time and touch point, so we touch point. Yep, so there, we didn't continue to touch because we were afraid to die, but remember the objective was to die, and just stall as long as we can. But as soon as we realize that we can't, because see now they don't even have to kill you, right? They can just stagger you out. They can just somehow stagger you out as long as they want to. And then our team tries to come back and then they kill you. Now it's a 5v6, and so now we're forced to back out, and now they just got 15, 20x percentage, right? So that's why you want to time it to where they have to kill you. If you still maintain control, then they have to kill you on point. If they don't have to, if they have control, then they don't have to kill you. They can just wait as long as they want, and then they'll kill you. And that just, you know, prolongs the next fight. So the second you saw that you couldn't make it a point, you either back up or jump off. Jumping off is fine. I know it's embarrassing, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, there's that stagger.
And they could have waited even longer if they wanted to. They have double shield, you know, they're in no threat of dying against double shield.
Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. Oh yeah!
So now we know where Widow is.
It's by the dragon.
Main tank play again. So move around this way. And I get some behind shots, and then when we move to point, I'm like way in front of Pasty.
Okay. Okay. So maybe, I don't know. I have to see in a second. But until then, there's a difference between out of position and off angling. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So the reason this isn't main tanking because you're not directly in front of your tank engaging their team. You're off angling, which is fine. Off angling is fine because it makes them have to look in 2 directions. Exactly. Now it's somewhat dangerous because they're playing double sniper, right? But we know where the snipers are at. So that's what makes it safe because your off angle is protected by walls, is protected by objects. The snipers can't kill you, not easily anyway. So that's why this off angling is fine, and it's not main tanking, right? It's fine. Because you're still with the team. Like you're
right after this is when I do it.
Okay, that's fine. But like I just want you to know like this was a fine play. This is I would call that. Because if the team decided to go high ground, then you're screwed, right?
Yeah.
So you need to call that so the team doesn't make the decision to go high ground and leave you.
I do think that's exactly the play that No, we moved straight to point. But yeah, that is the plan that we had coming in.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, if the plan was to go high ground, then like this does become a not so great play. Unless we're coordinated enough to have you not peek and then tell you when we're engaging and then you peek, right? So, because now their focus is on our team and then you re-peek yourself and now you're blasting them from the back. That's something you can do, but that's pretty advanced, right? But, you know, we're not there yet. But yeah, so this is, assuming we weren't going to high ground, this is a fine play. If we were attacking main, this is a fine play here. Now, remember, you Junkrat's a pretty ranged character. You don't have to get close to them to do anything, right? I know it's a common thing that low elo
I'm
players
surprised
do.
that Widow didn't just fuck me right there, because she's right there.
Yeah, she probably wasn't even paying attention to you.
This is where I main tank.
Yeah, this is main thing. Yep. Yeah. If you're behind shield, you don't die there.
Yeah. Still don't know how we got that.
We don't. There's no way we do.
Okay.
I don't think we take it again.
Yeah, no, I don't think we
So I'm pretty sure we call a fight loss here. There's no way we should be here. Alright. What's the difference between this going to point and the last going to point?
We're just trickling.
Right. We don't have control. The fight's lost. We back out. Now we're just feeding. This is what people call feeding. This is called feeding.
You're like this little corner right here. And here I get caught out, yep, because I wasn't moving with the team.
Yep.
Ready for battle.
Come out and face me.
I will protect the inn. All systems checked out. Ready for combat maneuvers.
I'm not gonna worry about Pharah here. That's fine.
I will not.
Okay, I don't think I did that bad.
Nah, it seemed fine. It was more of a, I think it was more of a team thing overall. So we're not gonna worry about the Pharah here.
Nice pocket, by the way, that was great.
I love my Mercy. I love Mercy. She's my favorite hero.
Ready.
My Tracer play. I think I got yelled at for playing Tracer. No, not this time, not this time, not this time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the map where Zenyatta counters Doomfist.
Right. Bro, we ragged on him so hard in the staff meeting afterwards. Oh man. Alright, so this is fine. This is what you wanted me to wanting to do. Did you call this out?
I went past her. I went all the way around. Oh no, I didn't.
Did you call this out though? Like that she was here? Because that's really good info.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think I said I'm on Widow behind.
Behind? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So think about what behind might mean. Behind for us.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Means behind us, right? So I would probably say like their back line.
Yeah.
Say something like their back line. Because knowing where Widow is paramount for the team and just snipers in general. And so you did good flushing Widow out. You did good flushing Widow out here. But now she's safe, so you get out. There's nothing more you can do. As Tracer, your thought process is to identify solo targets and to be a distraction. There is no more solo targeting, and then there's no more distraction here because they're not even looking at us, right? So they're not distracted by us at all. They're all focused on you. Tracer doesn't do good in 1v6 unless you're Defran. And so we
Let's go, dude!
Pretty much, right?
Yeah, I think this is where I get out.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Huge place. Yeah, and then I think I turn around and come back.
This is fine. So that's just a Tracer thing. You stayed too long.
Yeah. I'm used to carrying on Tracer.
Right before she died, one thing I see tons of tracers do in almost every game I play against a tracer. Even I do some, right? They switch their targets, and the target they switched away from, like they're having a duel, right? And then they just like think that they just forget the target's there basically, and then shoot somebody else.
Yeah, and then said target kills you.
And then she started shooting at somebody else for no reason, and then the Hanzo killed her because she wasn't focusing on him. You have to like focus at tracer. You have to focus down one target as fast as you can.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
true.
in the middle of trying to shoot around.
Oh, do you like those shots right there?
Epic.
100%
Epic.
accuracy,
You
dude.
you gave that air a beating. I tell you what.
Yeah, dude. I just.
So.
I mean, the Hanzo didn't do too well either.
Yeah, no, the snipers were pretty bad. So.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, like it was fine until this point where you blinked into their team, and now they, if they want to, can just turn around and kill you. You were safer to the right because you have the wall, right, and that blocks you from the team. And so there's something with DPS. You want to do your best to only take the duel with the people you're taking the duel with, right? So you use the environment and you use your cooldowns to keep yourself away from everyone except the person you're trying to kill, right? You only want to have the person that you're dueling to be the only one who has LOS to you. Everyone else, you need to minimize that LOS. So here you blink into the team and you give everyone a shot into you now, instead of just chilling over to the right side where it would have been just you and Hanzo. Right?
Yeah.
Now you can't win this duel. With just Hanzo, you could win the duel. Right? Freaking Durzo, dude, where are you, man?
Are we just going over things right now?
Nah, well, it was supposed to be like Durzo had actual DPS things for both of you that he was gonna go over at the same time. Not sure where he is. He probably took a nap and forgot to wake up. So, but I'm gonna look at your Genji on this because I thought your Genji was interesting here. So we're gonna look at your Genji real quick after this tracer. So what are we doing in the fight?
Oh, I was peeking.
No, I get it. That's smart.
I missed though. I couldn't
Right.
see. I think I won that. Or at least I got it to drop.
Okay, so we're regrouping. That's fine. The thing I was looking for here is you want to be engaging when the team fight starts. You don't want to be, I mean, you can be a little late, right, if you're seeing that someone's who's dangerous to you. If you see that their attention is not quite on us, then it's okay to wait, right? But if everyone's attention is taken, then that's when you can engage.
Okay.
So I was looking to see if, like, were you late to the team fight, and you weren't. At least not right now. The team fight hasn't really started. We're poking phase, which dive does a lot. So it's okay. But yeah, just in general, be thinking and be asking, when are we engaging? When are we engaging? The team, you have the right to know that information because you and Kata are in this comp, you know, you're the killers. You guys need to be off-angling. You guys need to be flanking. You guys need to be not only giving us information, but you guys are squishies also. You can't be going in by yourselves. You need the tanks to engage with you so you guys don't just get focused and deaded. So it's okay to be asking and be annoying when you're asking, when are we engaging? That's information you need to know. So this is fine.
Yeah, I got it to drop, and I think someone called that out for me. Yeah. And I think here I'm just being a nuisance.
That's what Tracer does. We're just, so this is and this is something we'll work on with the tanks. Like this is the DPS are here being a nuisance, right? You guys can only be a nuisance for so long, right? The tanks need to, in this point, do something. Now, and we could look at whether the tanks were even ready to do something, or like maybe they didn't have the movement cooldown, so that means you guys engaged too quickly. No, he had movement cooldown. She had movement cooldown, so they were ready to go at any. And so the DPS job and dive can be to call targets. And so if you guys see a vulnerable target, you guys are more than welcome to call a specific target.
Yeah.
And that's, you know,
But
and I think I had said
you could lay off
eventually.
the target calling.
Do what?
I think I heard Lamb. I think Lamb told me to lay off target calling even when we were playing dive.
Dude, Lamb just like he played
That's
with
a
us
good
that
seller.
one scrim, and he just like it hurt. No offense to Lamb, I love Lamb, but it hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I feel you.
That
So
was my first scrim with the team. Who the fuck is calling me? Oh, nobody. I'm feeling shit, dude. Okay, sorry.
you're good. You're good. So okay, we can go over. No, like it's okay for DPS to call. They should definitely be target calling and dive. Monkey, like either the tanks and either the DPS can target call, and if we have a Zenyatta can target call too. His discords are really important because that means you two can take out the discorded target with ease, especially if it's a squishy. But here,
At this
so
very moment,
so
Zenyatta counters Hanzo.
well, yeah. Dig's a freaking monster. He's a DPS main. He's crazy.
Yeah.
That dude is nuts. His Hanzo was really sick, and his Pharah is really good. So things to look for in dive. Again, we want to be looking at our comp, see what we're good at. We're really good at mobility. We're super high mobility comp except for Zenyatta. And then their comp is double shield, double sniper with a Zenyatta. So, with that being said, who would be good dive targets?
I would
This is
say
something you guys have to be identifying if we're going to be playing dive.
the Widow probably. No, she just dropped down to her team.
Well, in general, let's not look at positioning. Let's look at comp right now. Their characters.
Probably the Widow and the Zenyatta.
Correct. And Hanzo is not a bad either. Not a bad one either. He has a movement cooldown, but it's not very far. So he's still pretty easily diveable, especially against 4 mobile heroes. One of them will be able to kill him. So Hanzo's not a bad one either. And I mean, Widow would actually be harder than Hanzo because her cooldown is longer. I mean, it's like she can go farther than Hanzo can. But like you're right, Widow's a good dive target, especially if she's used grapple. She's definitely a dive target if she's used grapple. Then Hanzo's a dive target, and Zenyatta is probably your #1 priority if you can.
Yeah.
So where they're playing, is there a good dive target positioning wise? Do they even have a good dive target right now?
This is Zenyatta because he's pretty far out.
Really?
Because I mean, because his team are all one way. Oh, not the Zenyatta. Wait, is that the Sigma who I'm seeing right there? Oh,
Yep,
I wouldn't
that
say
is
dive to Sigma. Don't dive to Sigma. That's
No,
big
right.
no.
Yeah.
Then it would mostly be like a poke war right here, or
Exactly.
like the whole team initiates on like their bomb.
Exactly. So like right here, you guys as DPS, I believe, are correct. You're poking. You're not dying. That's the biggest thing. All right. It doesn't matter how good you poke if you just consistently die, but there is a limit to how long you guys can poke. Our tanks need to be in here at this point, making something happen and disrupting, so a dive can't happen. So like they should have been staging up here, and then just dropping down and just getting in the middle of them, and then that's going to separate their team because they're not going to move as a unit. That's going to separate their team, and then you and Kata need to identify the separation and pick a target to kill.
I'm such a scary tracer that I forced the fucking Widow to the low ground. Oh, there she goes. She's going flying and misses her shot. Oh, this is where I'm... Who am I dueling right there? A Widow. Wrong tracer.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I did not need to recall there. I'm actually stupid. Stop, you're making me feel bad about my aim. Don't be slowing that shit down. Oh, come on, dude. This hurts.
I'm just watching your blink usage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That was beautiful.
Look at that aim.
You just tracked the Hanzo climbing.
Oh, did you like that? Just right above the head.
It was beautiful.
No, watch this. Here, I recall.
Yeah, there was no reason to recall there.
Yeah.
You only got 11 health from it anyways.
Yeah.
So just think about, you know, part of you and Kata not being able to poke forever is you both have a limited number of resources, right? Meaning your cooldowns.
I actually
That's
can
so.
build a blade here, and I use blade, but I get stunned. I don't think it was a really good spot to use blade, honestly.
Okay, we'll look at it.
Yeah.
So the reason you felt you were forced to recall there is because you were 0 on your blinks. You're about to get your next blink, but you were 0 on blinks. If you're low on cooldowns, just don't engage. Just chill. Like, you're safe. Their whole team is on the other side of the wall. Just chill for 3 seconds behind this wall and get a blink back, and then re-engage. So don't feel like you have to be attacking consistently. You know, don't. If it means putting yourself in danger, you probably shouldn't do it. Right? It's better for you to play a little safer and to stay alive than to put yourself in danger and to get a big risk. I know it's forehead, but you're a lot more valuable alive than dead.
Like,
Forehead.
right there, if that hit you, you would have been down to like 5 HP.
Is that rock? Well, it didn't hit me. Forehead.
One more. Like, imagine a better Sigma would have put it just to the right of you, so that when you jumped into it, and it would have hit you. And then you would have shot that 5 HP, and they could easily win.
Alright, so in between fights, a Tracer's job, as well as the Genji, is to give us information. So here, we're going to be needing you to tell us, like, positioning, right? We need you to be scouting where they're at. So you heard Hanzo, so you could say Hanzo in the back, right?
Yeah. Sorry, you can't see me nodding, but I'm nodding.
That's all good. Alright, Turtle's coming. So since Turtle's
This is
coming,
where I go around, I think.
This is fine. I think, just for now, we have enough just for the preliminary start. So we're gonna look at Kata before Turtle gets here.
The objective is now active.
I get to make fun of someone else's aim.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm pretty good on Genji, honestly.
No, your Genji was fine. So just positioning here, it's fine. With 2 DPS, especially flankers, you want to make sure that you two are never in the same place. So it's good that you guys are covering the whole map, right? You got one to the left, one on the right. So this is fine. Whether you're with the team or not, at this point, doesn't really matter. You know, generally you don't want to be with the team if you can, but that's like not at this point. This is fine because you are away from your Tracer. So that means we're getting as much information as possible. Our Tracer, if anyone's flanking, she's going to be able to tell us. And if, you know, the rest of the team has the point covered, so.
Sniper, be wary.
So that's cool.
Or Mercy's
That you're
throwing.
booking there? I know, really. Mercy's terrible. It's freaking awful. Remember what we talked about on Uni, right? We don't know their comp yet, so we surely shouldn't be poking like that, right? We didn't know that they're on double sniper, even though they've been playing it. We don't know that they're on double sniper for sure. So we just, you know, be careful when you poke there. Because Hanzo, you didn't deflect, right? He could have just headshot you and killed you, and we lose this fight immediately. Instead, our Mercy's an idiot and gets shot.
Stole my kill right there.
Tanks.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Sorry about that. For some reason, I had it in my head that we had moved it to 5. I ended up going back to sleep.
Brother, ain't nobody said that one.
I know. I have no idea where it came from.
Alright, did we call to get out here?
Probably.
I think so. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, after that we probably definitely did. Oh, nice aim there for Volatile. That Baby Diva aim straight into the wall.
So here we're regrouping, right? This is the what we call the staging phase. We're getting ready to stage and take up positioning. This is where, when we're near ready to re-engage, you guys need to already be in a position that we're going to attack from. Right? We need you guys to be giving information about where their team is. We can't keep going into fights blind. So we need you guys to be elsewhere, not together right now. So now, you're Genji, you're approaching main. This is not good. We don't want this. Right? You don't want to be where the focus fire is going to be. You guys are squishy, flanking DPS. You guys need to be around their team. You guys don't want to be where we are. You guys don't want to be main. Generally, main's a bad idea for players like Tracer and Genji. You guys need to be on high ground or over there on the streets mega or the right mega, bounce pad, something, but not here. You guys need to be giving us the info of where they're at and whatnot and identifying the next dive target. Like, it would have been really nice to know that the Widow was up there because that's a really good staging area for our tanks. So we could just dive Widow, knock her off, right? And then you or Tracer follow up and kill the Widow because she uses a grapple to get away. Right?
It's okay, I did that.
Nice.
Just watch, she's gonna drop. Here we go. Pew 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 pew. There it is. There it is. And I think it was actually you that called out that she had dropped.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
I called it in, she was up top and you came up and dropped her, and then I dashed over to try to scare you a little bit here.
Okay. Now imagine if you were already on high ground and you didn't have to use your dash to get to where Tracer just got, or if you were on streets and you could have just climbed up there instead of having to use your dash. You don't want to use your movement ability to get somewhere generally. You want to use your movement ability to finish off kills or to get out. But like now you're a sitting Doug if they were to focus you somehow. Harissa could halt you off and then just murder you at this point because you don't have any kind of movement cooldown. She's going to do it, Harissa halt will kill you anyway, but in general, like the point is you don't use your movement cooldown to traverse, right? You want to use it to finish off kills or to get out. So this could have been avoided by just being positioned better and being ready for the fight. And there's I was just pick this since we're waiting on you to get here. So once we're done with this map, you'll have the floor.
Awesome.
So high ground is paramount in anything, right? And here we are just straight up giving up high ground to attack an Orisa head on for some reason. You could have done the same poking from high ground.
I dropped
Right.
to get the Orisa, but then I immediately dash into their Zen, and that to get them really low. I call out to dive them because they're both low, but nobody really follows up with me.
Well, you could have. Well, that's cool. Like, that's a team thing. It's whatever. But the point is, you jumped right on top of an Orisa,
Yeah,
and then you dashed into the Zen, which is into the middle of their team, right? That's. Look at their team. I think there's 5 right here, and you dash. You tell me you dash into them. Yeah, you're in the middle of their team. Like, you don't want to use a movement cooldown to get into the middle of the team, right? You want to use it to finish off a kill because dash reset, so that's when it's fine.
Yeah, but also here, there's a wall right here. And even if I don't have any cooldowns, right here, they do damage me. I just climb over the wall, get the health pack, and
A better team will finish you.
You'll get halted, you'll
Yeah.
get shot, the Widow can... A better Widow would kill you. Do you know the order of dive?
I don't think so.
Winston, Diva, Defense Matrixing, Genji, then Tracer.
Okay.
They all go at once, but the Winston is the initiator, not Genji or Tracer. Genji or Tracer is the primary source of damage, so they finish kills.
Okay.
You almost never want to go in first because you'll get focused down pretty much instantly. But yeah, a better Risa would have killed you, a better Sigma would have killed you. Honestly, a competent Sigma would kill you. It's not that hard to kill Genji as Sigma.
That's my favorite thing to do on Sigma is just, hit poor little Genjis with a rock.
Yeah, like this is, so the first one, right, you dash into the team, that's pretty much suicide, you should die there. This is not a terrible play because our team was ready to go with you in, right? So that's where it's different. That's the difference between like these two engagements. You know, you still were a tad early because our Winston hadn't landed yet, and so you know the reason, like we said earlier, you don't want to come in first because you'll be focused. You want your tanks are there to draw aggro, right? You and Tracer are the squishies. You guys want to be the sneaky boys. The tanks need to go in to draw aggro and to split the team and to cause disruption so you and Tracer can identify, if someone isn't identified already, identify a target that you guys can finish. So yeah, you don't want to be going in first. But this was a better engagement because our team was there. And because our team was there, you don't die here. Immediately anyway. And now here we are not using high ground again. We could have not thrown 6 shurikens into a shield. We could have just done all that from high ground. From the
Right here, I was trying to kill the immortality, then I ult.
Yeah, and then he was
Sure.
gonna blade. Yeah.
Sure, but he could have done that from high ground safely without having to move, you know, and make his aim easier. And plus getting headshots because the hitbox is bigger when you're on high ground. So again, it's like positioning, right? That's the big focus with everyone at the Zelo is positioning. You could have done all this from high ground. You see me on high ground, right? I'm Mercy. I'm on high ground. You know, you can do the same thing. It's harder for me to get the high ground than you.
And then I think the Sigma just goes, yep, nah.
Yeah,
So he
I
doesn't
mean,
kill me, he just
but
rocks me and then
again, just do that from high ground, right? Do that from high ground.
Mhm.
You're in the middle of the team. You could have done that from the air.
Just side question. Do you know how Genji's double jump works?
Yes.
I think he wants you to answer the question with how it works.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you can only jump once after you wall climb, but it just basically, it just gives you, basically, you jump once, and before you hit the ground, you can basically do second jump.
Okay. Here's how you dodge Ana darts and Sigma rocks as Genji when you're blading. You jump, you dash, you don't double jump before dashing because you can jump at the end of your dash again. You can save your jump to use along any part of your dash blade dash combo. Because you double jumped before you drew blade, the Sigma was able to just nail you because you came down in a predictable trajectory. Just something to practice on Genji in general is not double jumping as much because it makes you easier to hit as you go up the ranks. You want to save that jump for an actual dodge.
I'm taking the point. I am operating at peak performance level.
So that poking's fine. I don't think there was a better angle for you to poke from. Here, staging, because of what they're running, staging with the team is okay. Now that they don't have Widow, it's probably safer to actually, or probably more beneficial just for you to just hold up here. Yeah, you're doing it. I wouldn't be in front though, I'd be around the sides doing it, so I could have a little bit more horizontal cover against the Hanzo.
Yeah, Zen and Hanzo are still pretty scary.
Yeah.
That's because Zen counters Doomfist.
That's a free kill there. That better have been called out.
Zen counters
Where's
Tracer
the-
too, obviously.
Was the Hanzo called out there?
I don't remember.
Okay. Because at least 2 or 3 people saw him go there alone. That should have been a kill.
So again, I think we could have just stayed on high ground there. Stay on the bridge and fire down on top of the Hanzo.
I return to the fight.
My ultimate is almost ready.
So this is lost fight, right? We don't need to do this.
I think he pokes and then gets out.
Okay, that's fine if he does. As long as you know where the Hanzo is again, right? Or at least ask for Diva Matrix.
I'm ready to initiate.
If you don't know where Hanzo is, then this is dangerous. And now you don't have deflect, and he wins this duel. Without your deflex, Hanzo wins that duel. So this is fine because you're off angling, right? And you know where Hanzo is. But now you don't have deflex, so now, yeah, you leave. Oh, 99, so I guess we had to. Were you the one called? Or
What do you mean?
to actually touch point?
I think I called to touch. I mean, I the only reason I went on point there is I went with the rest of the team, but I think
Okay, if that was called, then that's fine. I don't know. I don't
somebody
remember if it
one
was
of us
called or
called
not.
and had to touch point, and we touched point, which is fine.
Again, no one's on high ground, right? Take control of that high ground. And then I called no ults there, and you ulted.
It was last fight.
Oh, but this it was already won though. We killed like 4 of their team already.
But I think in one of these games, the Widow just literally kills half our team, even though there was like nobody on point.
That's
Why
the
did they
positioning issue then.
back up, bro?
Like that's not an ult issue or team fight won or lost. I mean, that's just a positioning issue then, and team not knowing where Widow is and playing accordingly.
You've rescued me again, Dr. Ziegler.
Yeah, this is fine if you have deflex, and you know where the Hanzo is. So you know where Hanzo is, right? He's at the front left there. So you can just take the middle pillar here, and he can't do anything to you. And you can poke from the middle pillar instead of poking, being where the focus fire is, which is at our team, right? You don't want to be where the focus fire is if you can help it. And Hondo and Doomfist are underneath, which you saw them move there. So like you're free to just poke into their back line above our Orisa shield for free. If you just hold that pillar, the middle pillar right here. And now we drop again, so we gotta stop just dropping to low ground. Like, they have a Doomfist. We don't want to be on low ground. We don't want to be on the same horizontal level as Doomfist. And now think about if you were holding high ground. You wouldn't have had to, you would have been able to probably just get the kill from a distance without having to dash in. You know? It's okay that we went in with the team, but you could have, again, this could have been made much simpler by just poking from a distance here. We didn't need to waste a deflect on a Zenyatta, we could have just meleeed it.
The reason I actually just like I was just trying to deter them from trying to get on point.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There was no way they were getting back there. Okay.
They threw that fight so hard I didn't realize they had 5 ults going into it.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they had
Nice.
They had Trance, they had Flux and Dragons, and they had the Bongo. I think they had the Bongo to start. I'm not positive, but they had like 4 or 5 ults. They threw that fight.
Yeah. Like
They
I was
literally
saying,
I
could have
think
just
they gave it
initiated
to
with
us,
Flux.
not even gonna lie.
nah, like this team wasn't good. Like they beat us, but they weren't good. It's just we keep beating ourselves.
No,
I
they
say
just
that all the
ran.
time.
They just
Design
ran
life
meta.
coach.
All right, the floor is yours.
All right, can you pull up King's Row attack?
As soon as my game starts crashing.
Oof.
That's how my game does. Dude, I've been looking in the upper left corner and you're running at like almost 300.
Yeah, my Vita card's been acting up lately. I don't know why.
How much do you get?
Like 40.
That sucks.
I'm poor, leave me alone.
You try using like all low settings, whatever.
It is all on low settings.
What resolution do you play at?
I don't know.
Okay, just asking.
I think it's default. I don't know.
If it's default, I'd turn it down. Just go as low as you can without making it horrible. Like 720p. Like,
Yeah, I think that's what I'm at.
Now entering King's Row. Ready for battle.
Do you have a laptop or a desktop?
I'm on a laptop.
Alright, we're on attack.
I didn't even notice the Christmas music.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Alright, just let me know when you want to pause there, though.
Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh, this map hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, pause it. Can you go behind our team? Okay. Who's on what here? I can't really see it.
Kata is on McCree, and Moody is on Honda.
Okay, McCree should be rotating to deal with Reaper, who's been called out for sure. Because I know Volatile called that one
I
out.
think I do rotate here. To
Okay. And Hanzo, you should be rotating to the right side of the statue or onto the top of the statue.
Actually, I do. I stun him here, and I get him down to like a sliver of health because I headshot him in the face. We never finished him off because he wraithed away.
Okay, if your team is there to focus fire a Reaper, you can just fan him. You only do the headshot if it's a 1v1.
Okay.
Like right click that bitch. So as Hanzo, I should be going off on off angles, but like safe off angles.
Yeah, because like to the right of the statue,
drop.
Zon, can you move there and go to ground level, like just to the right of the statue?
I think that like little over.
Yeah, right here. You have the cover of the left side of the statue here, and you still have the opportunity to be basically free firing on the angle from here all the way through the archway where the supports are going to back up to.
Yeah.
You can apply like a lot of pressure here.
Like literally right, like if Zine turns around and looks up like that high ground, it's right there.
No, not even. You can play because you got no cover up there.
Yeah, that's I
You
was
can just
thinking
play
same
low
spot,
ground.
but your position's also really good.
And the reason that this position is so good is actually because what Hanzo does is he locks down sightlines similar to Widowmaker. So with you standing here, if the Rhine doesn't have his shield up, you cut off the right side of the point and they have to rotate to the left. So you're basically funneling them into a direction without killing anybody, just because you're standing here.
And if
Okay.
you can see there, Anna's like back there, you can get a pick on her. Or at
Press
least I
play.
think that's their Anna. I'm not sure.
If you ever want to watch from my point of view for a good laugh, go ahead.
I'll wait till Reaper starts teleporting for that.
That was an accident. Wait, I don't know who
So,
Sonic Arrow did
pause it.
what.
Okay, press play again. Pause it. That was actually a decent McCree angle you took. McCree or Hanzo can play that angle I mentioned. It was just with the Reaper being where he was. You wanted to rotate.
Can I see it? Where was I? I wasn't.
You were in the same place we just mentioned.
Oh, okay.
You literally you went, fired off a couple shots, and then rolled back, which is fine.
Okay.
Press play.
Dude, I think I just called back the fuck out.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
So
huge.
Halt is the scariest ability in the entire game. Because Halt actually won that fight, not Nade. They got a 6-man Halt into a Nade.
That is true. If they didn't have that halt, they probably wouldn't have gotten that need.
No, they would have gotten like 2 or 3.
Maybe, yeah.
They also were really good with their halt fire strikes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they definitely ran meta well.
Unzoed a lot. Like they did. They're Orisa.
Okay, so pause. You're the one without the headset, right, Hanzo?
Me, yeah, at that moment, yeah.
Okay. Because I was specking from your perspective at this point, and I could hear the Reaper. Press
Oh,
play.
I'm so sorry you had to watch that.
Press play. Pause it. So you both made your rotation. Neither of you noticed the Reaper. McCree gets headshot, which is unlucky. But the Reaper was probably going to kill the both of you because neither of you turned to face.
Was Kata in view or earshot within the Reaper? To hear him
He
as well?
walked right next to Hanzo. Like they both rotated to right a statue.
Where was Kree?
probably my fault.
He died like probably 4 meters behind Ryan on the other side of that
Okay,
doorway with the mini.
so he couldn't have heard the Reaper then. Okay.
No, he walked that way. Like go back. Let's
Oh,
go back
okay.
5 seconds and just watch. You can go to Kree's perspective.
Is there a way you can like turn down the game sound effects but turn up footsteps?
No.
No, it's all in one.
Press play.
Because that's what catches me. Like I don't hear the footsteps because the shots and
Oh yeah.
Reaper is shooting behind him. Yeah.
Yeah, you can even hear. You can see the pellets and you can hear them. Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
just
think
like
he
run
gets-
as soon as I see that like go. And he shoots me in the
Yeah,
face.
you get unlucky. Pretty sure that was Hanzo shooting at our Reinhardt, but whatever.
The Hanzo got like a lot of picks on me this game. Like their Hanzo got a lot of picks on me. Like almost every time I die in this game, you'll see, like, or at least like this first point, you'll see me dead because of a Hanzo pick. Like right there, that was stupid. I peeked around the cart and he headshot me. Because I was gonna try to take a position for my.
So pause it. So in general, just for every hero in the game, no matter what, if something works once, the dude's gonna keep doing it. The Reaper was in that spot again, and he still wasn't picked up.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, McCree, your job is to stun Reaper.
I stunned
In
him
this comp,
later.
if you were with the team right now, that you could stun him and kill him.
Yes, that
Because you're like off doing a long rotation, which wouldn't get you to an angle you could actually do anything from either, because they're outside your effective range. Reaper's about to walk through your team. Press play. Good Lucio boop. A little bit of tunnel visioning on Reaper there.
That's one of my biggest problems. I don't have positioning is probably my worst thing, honestly.
Oh, here I come, and then the Reaper sees me. He teleports in front of me, and then I die because I'm so scared of that dude. Watch. Just
And look,
watch.
Our Ryan dropped his shield. Go back like 10 seconds. Our Ryan dropped his shield. He just gets a.
Yeah, that's why I didn't comment on that one. That wasn't really your fault.
Yep, there it is. There he is. Go back like 10
I
seconds.
would have ulted there.
Wait, Zion, go back 10 seconds? Or I guess 15.
I'm only gonna stop for those
Okay.
just so we can keep a time limit.
60 seconds remaining. Cease your resistance.
Pause that. Remind me to yell at Pasty for walking out in front of that.
Let's do it.
They bongo, and his first instinct is just walk out of cover.
Yeah.
Alright, you can press play.
Oh, here I go. My dragons have been so unlucky that entire match. Like, I just barely missed them the entire time.
Yeah, you win that fight off a shatter.
Yeah. Whenever that Reaper dropped,
Okay.
I was like, he's gonna ult,
So,
he's gonna
pause
ult,
it.
he's gonna ult.
Did the words team kill pop up on screen?
Nope.
No.
Not everybody's dead.
I called the Reaper was behind us.
Yeah.
You need to be screaming that, and that people need to get back. Especially if you're not confident you can just kill Reaper. Press play. Yeah, you almost got lucky. Because as soon as you use flash, if I'm Reaper, I'm ulting your ass.
Yeah.
And you missed your
saw
flash. So
I didn't miss it. He just wraithed away from it.
Yeah, you missed it.
Technically.
He baited it out and you missed because he wraithed. So
Dude, I
you
was
got
so
very lucky
scared.
because he could have wiped you there.
Hanzo, I think, headshots me here.
No, like in that moment, I know that I was yelling like, "The Reaper's gonna fucking ult us!" I'm so scared.
Pause it. Go back 5 seconds in McCree's point of view. Yep, half speed, and play.
Like, I'm just trying to get behind the Rhine shield, but he's not. He doesn't have a shield up.
I want to
So-
yell at Pasty
Okay,
right now.
go back 3 seconds. Actually, another second. Press play. Pause it right here. So you know how there's this angle from right here all the way past the bookstore, right? That next corner?
Mhm.
You can just wait here for your Rhine to walk around the corner. You don't have to try to get to your Rhine. As soon as your Rhine steps out on that angle, then you can walk.
Mhm.
You make like a really big effort to try to get across this gap, and that's what gets you killed. You could have just stood right here.
Without your roll.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you're already low. On you here, I'm hugging the wall to your right. I'm not taking the risk.
Alright.
Because you can get one shot body shot by Hanzo. You can get, honestly, skill orb by Moira. Fire strike could kill you here. There's just too many things that can end up with you dead if you step out. I would just be backing up. I'd be waiting.
Alright. I keep that in mind.
Okay. Press play. Just third person view again.
It's kind of cool when everything's just stopped. Interesting.
Okay, I have a question. How do I not be so scared of Reapers? Because I know multiple times during that map, I was in a really good spot. I think right here too, the Reaper TP'd right in front of me, scared the shit out of me, and then I got picked.
Well, Hans is a Reaper counter. Because he's got a pretty big
There's
headshot
enough
hitbox.
times
His head
that
has
he would go
predictable
after you, and then
movement.
you won't have to be scared about him anymore. Like as Hanzo or even
There,
Widow.
if there's no
he's
speaking, let him
teleporting to you,
speak, please. He can speak after he's done talking. Just be courteous.
Yeah, Reaper has a pretty predictable hitbox. He's got a very large headshot hitbox. At some point, the answer is just click heads. As Hanzo, you just have to headshot him. Especially if he's going to teleport. If he's going to teleport, that's got to be a kill like 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen right here. I'm up in that window. He's probably gonna TP up here, and I'm gonna like probably back away, and then I'm gonna get picked.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Go to Hanzo's point of view. Pretty sure we already know how this fight ends. I think you guys just get killed in the corner. Press play.
See through the dragon's eyes.
I don't understand that Sonic arrow. Well, I guess that's actually okay because she's moving.
Yeah, you're now Sonicked.
I know this isn't it.
So this right here, pause it. This is a great flank angle. This is awesome. You can rotate to the window to your left for a better angle shot. You can just sit here and just free fire. You can basically move left into cover if the other Hanzo decides to take the duel. This is good. Now press play.
By the dragon.
Pause. You just gave away your position without shooting anyone.
Yeah.
They didn't know you were up here until you shot.
Yeah, I don't understand that Sonic arrow. You can see their entire team, so you don't need to do that.
It's a similar concept with Widow when you're on like really sort of off flank angles where they don't know you're there. You get basically one shot before you have to leave.
It's like a real
Yeah.
life sniper.
Yeah.
I was
So,
literally about to say that because I was gonna enlist, and that was my whole thing. Like, don't shoot, or you're gonna give yourself away.
and also, Storm Arrow is best used for keeping things that are at close range off you. You don't really need to. You don't want to use it when you're trying to get a pick here.
I'm not gonna lie, I use Storm Arrow if I'm not confident I'm gonna hit something. Because then I get 5 chances in fast
Yeah, but you just turned
succession.
a 1-shot kill on the Hanzo into a 3-shot kill or a 2-shot kill.
I wouldn't have killed him
That
anyway.
Hanzo's at
Yeah.
120. That Hanzo's below. He was. He just got healed. No. Yeah, he's below 1-shot body shot with an arrow.
Yeah.
Now you've turned it in. Now you got to land 2+ shots. Press play.
Oh, it hurts.
That's the other thing with Storm Arrow. Pause it. The other thing with Storm Arrow is you don't have to fire all 5 shots by holding down the left trigger or left button. You can fire one, readjust your aim, fire another, readjust your aim, fire another, readjust your aim, fire another. So like you have plenty of time to just sit back and fire your shots there. Again, the only person that can contest you up there is the other Hanzo. So if he's not shooting at you yet, you can just sit there and fire. You bail out a little early because you start taking damage from Moira. You kind of panic.
I saw the Reaper coming, that's why I bailed out. He's gonna TP up here and pick
Go
me.
back like 2 seconds. Press play.
I see him come around that corner, and that's why I bail out.
So you did 2 things here that were wrong then. One, you turned around.
Yep.
If you knew he was going to teleport up here, you should be waiting for it. And 2, where he was standing, he was a non-threat, and you honestly could have headshot him when he started his teleport.
Yeah.
Because he's going to stand still, cross his arms, and then teleport. You could have just taken that shot. And even if you miss and hit a body shot, then at least he's killable when he comes out of it.
Yeah.
By turning around, now you've put yourself in a position where you don't actually know where he is. So press play. Yeah, 2 storm arrows. You get back and heal. So yeah, he actually made no effort to go get you. Now he's going to.
Yep,
Yeah.
here it is. Here
So
it
here's
is.
the other thing.
Oh.
You went on the same angle probably I want to say 5 more times. In this push. Like once you've gone to the same angle once, you don't really want to go back there, especially not immediately. It'd be like as Widow coming on to the same angle 3, 4, and 5 times in a row and getting headshot by the enemy Widow because she's waiting for you. The Hanzo literally walked up here, waited for you to come up, killed you, and then sat here and shot.
Yeah.
And the Reaper, if you can go to the enemy Reaper's perspective. Oh, never mind, he's a moron. I thought he was smarter than he was. You can go back. I thought he was teleporting up to window. You can press play though. You can go 3rd person again. Or go to Kree's perspective, since he's not dead now. Okay. So
What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
Whose mother is screaming?
You look tired.
I honestly think use the fan the hammer.
I'm honestly not surprised she didn't teabag you. Maybe I'm just a very toxic Ana, but that's what I would have done.
can you pause it for a sec, son? So honestly, that wasn't that bad, like positionally. It was a rather aggressive off angle. You probably should have started rotating a little bit earlier, but like the Ana hit a good sleep on you. And no one else on her team gave any indication they knew you were there. I don't know if maybe the Reaper was sitting up top and was looking at you. It actually wasn't that bad. You kind of needed to be a little bit more proactive, though. Like you couldn't just stand there and decide to stand there. You had to be doing something or having a plan. Did you have a plan, or was it just?
I don't remember what I
Or
was
did you
gonna
get caught
do.
out?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just caught out. I was gonna try to pick off a healer, I think, and then Ana literally, just like if you go back and go to their Ana's.
You were probably
perspective, she
Sonic, I
just, like-
think.
Yeah, I bet that was it. She literally just knew where I was. She came around the corner for a split second. I didn't even have a chance to stun her. She just slapped me in the face, and I couldn't do anything.
I mean, it happens.
Mm-hmm. If
You
go
press
to her,
play
I wouldn't
again
even
and
have
go to
lost
third
it.
person.
Maybe that's what happened. Right?
60 seconds remaining.
That was a nice stun, by the way.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for his ult. I was like, Reaper, not on their team. He's gonna drop down. He's gonna ult. I have to save my stun. That's why, look, if you go back, I was hiding in the doorway, just waiting for him. I wasn't trying to shoot him. I was just waiting for him so I could not. So,
10 seconds remaining. One complete.
Was there anything but
I thought there was more action up top. Maybe it just felt like an eternity because of the way that went down.
It did. It was more on their attack. What happened? Sorry if you can hear my pencil sharpening.
Give me 1 second. I'm just going through my notes. Give me one moment.
no problem?
Go back to Kree at the 2-minute mark. 2 minutes left in the round. Alright, press play from here.
Not yet.
Oh, right here. Yeah, you kind of step out and just expose yourself. At that point, At that point, that's just decision time whether or not you wanted to go backwards. You're right. You either needed to, like, decide to stay here or decide to leave. Because you poked out, you exposed yourself, and then you kind of backed up and stood here and then died. Because press play.
You look tired. Well,
60 seconds remaining.
Why did you leave?
Seconds remaining.
what do you mean, leave?
You stunned the Reaper, he didn't die, and then you kind of, like, walked up here and then didn't really do anything after that.
Oh, he was following me. I tried to get the health pack. I was at like 10 health, so if he had hit me one more, I would die because he was nanoed. So like even one.
Yeah, well, here's what I mean. Press play. You take another fire strike.
Surrender to my will.
You leave. You get the health pack. Okay, so it's the Ana. Okay, never mind.
30 seconds.
Go to the defense now.
Now entering
Christmas!
battle.
I think I played like garbage this map on.
So pause it. How many kills did either of you have that round? Final blows.
I don't know.
Me?
Oh, I remember you asked this question and then I said 0. So the game just started.
No, I asked you how many deaths you had.
Oh,
So far in this game, final blows
no idea.
between 0 and 2 total. Between both DPS is very, very, very bad.
I only got 2 kills? I thought I got more than that.
Final blows.
Oh, final blows. I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, you could go to the game and just press tab while you're on top of me. I'll show you.
Is that a thing?
No, it doesn't do that. You can press play though.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Alright, so now you're on Hanzo. Okay, press play.
Yeah, no, she went, May.
5,
Yeah, go on the May, please.
1.
Oh, it's just me being a receptionist.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh, I was getting ready to wall him up, but I think I did really bad. Yep, there it is. And I think I ice block. Yep. Yeah. And then I wall.
Yeah, there's a Widow and a Hanzo free firing to your left for the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Remember the whole being a Reinhardt thing we talked about earlier?
Yep.
That could have
Okay,
gone better.
so go back to that same fight and go to Hanzo.
起来吧。
So from beginning to end there, you were out of position. Because you're Mei, you actually had the chance to get back into position, and you still ended up out of position and died. You died more because you didn't notice Widow was shooting at you, though.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Okay, good decision.
I need healing.
I have a question.
Not going to talk about that, Zion.
Wait, I have a question. I have a
didn't want
question.
to peek
Yeah, what is the question?
Can
Pause
you
it.
pause it, sorry? In that instance, Hedgehog needed healing, and it required Zine to turn around. Would you, like, let's say if I was Hanzo, would you rather, if I needed healing, go down and get healing, or
No,
ask
it's
the
on
Baptiste
him to hit
turn
you.
around?
It's on him or the Zen to heal you.
I would stay top.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to give up high ground there because
If you drop here, you die because Widow and Hanzo have that long angle. That's the reason that they have the angle. Like go to where he would be if he dropped down, right in front of the telephone booth,
Whoa.
right on that halt. Hanzo and Widow would instantly kill you. You see how they're holding this angle and this sight line is no longer accessible?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is why you both wanted to be there during your push. Because it cuts off half the point. Alright, back to Hanzo's perspective. But yeah, no, that's on either the Zen or the Baptiste to heal you. If you're pressing I need healing, there's nothing more you should have to do. You're in his LOS already.
I didn't want to have to peek though because I didn't want to get one shot by Hanzo.
You're Sonic. You wasted lunge there for no reason. Okay. So, pause it.
That was a bad duel.
We're going to talk about taking duels now and what that means. The Widow knew you were here. She was hard scoped on you. You knew where she was and she was Sonicked. Once you miss your first shot, you probably want to rotate away. Especially because now you're one shot.
True.
So go back 5 seconds and play it at half speed. Because right now, you're in cover and she's not. You have the choice whether or not you want to take this fight. So press play. You see her, she sees you. You fire once, you miss. You fire twice, you miss. You fire a third time, you get hit by a Hanzo arrow, and then you repeat and die because you're one shot. You would have actually lived, I think, through one body shot from Widow there, even fully charged.
Yeah, because of 100.
After that point, you could have like as soon as I take that shot from Hanzo, I'm away. Because then I'm one shot to both him and Widow, and again, fire strike, halt, pretty much anything they shoot at you, except Lucio. But yeah, you had the option there 3 times to not take this duel, right?
Uh-huh.
You mind if I point something out real quick?
Go for it.
As far as the aiming, I will aim a little bit more up because you have to take an effect with the Hanzo. The arrow is gonna drop down. So if you go back, like before you peeked out, like just watch where you're aiming at the Widow. Because the Widow hadn't noticed you yet, so you had like up, like right there, you could have killed her. If you aimed a little bit more up, you could. That was a perfect headshot right there. Because she had just taken a shot, so she didn't know you were there just yet.
See that which is unseen.
You see how you're aiming at the body right now? If you aim a little bit more up, I don't know, like before, whenever like you had a perfect shot there, because you could tell like she hadn't spotted you yet.
Yeah,
Go
the
to
thing
Widow's
is, with
perspective.
Hanzo, I'm always paranoid about widows, so I never take my time in trying to do anything against them.
Yeah, go back to the beginning of that duel, so like 5 seconds, something like that. Good.
You see? So she saw the arrow now, so she knows where it's at.
Taking possession of the objective.
Okay, so both DPS are already dead here, right?
I'm still going.
You're respawned, you're coming
Oh.
back right now. So alright, go back to nice perspective, press play.
Yeah, I see Pacey's about to go in. I say, no, thank you.
Okay, pause it. It's not your job to tell your main tank whether or not he goes in, 1. And 2, you wasted wall about 1,000,000 times over the next 2 maps, so pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Press play. She is dead. Okay, so right here, you should be looking a wall.
I think that's what I
Positioning
tried to
is
do, but I
okay.
missed it.
Press play.
Yeah, I got distracted by the Reaper. And it was Lucio. I got distracted by fucking Lucio and missed my wall.
Playing through that.
So right now, you're playing where Reinhardt should be.
Yeah.
Press play. Okay, pause it. When you miss wall, drop wall.
Yeah.
Because it has no benefit once you've missed it. And it actually allows them to regroup here. Can you go to Pacey's perspective? That's how far in front you are. Go back to main perspective. Press play. Pause it. There's been a widow to your left for almost 5-6 seconds.
I think that's me.
It's you? Okay. Sorry,
I
the sound's
tried
messed
to
up in
push
replay.
it there.
Okay. Do you know where their widow is?
I think we just killed
Coming
them.
back from
They're coming
spawn.
back.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right, let's focus on me right now.
That's
I'll go
been a
back.
long
I'm gonna
time.
get distracted here. Yeah, press play.
I missed my wall.
Right here.
Okay. So, couple things with May. If you're gonna go freeze the Reinhardt, you gotta go freeze the Reinhardt. Standing there and left clicking his shield is pretty much useless. Unless you're trying to force him to keep his shield up, in which case there was no point to this because we weren't running shield break.
Okay.
2, again, Widow's been free firing for like several seconds now.
She has a good angle. I can't hit her from where I am, I think.
She has a good angle and a terrible angle because she can get jumped real easily by your whole team.
True.
And the only one in front of you right now is Reinhardt. You can easily just push through that. It had to be called. I'm pretty sure Volatile calls it a few seconds later. But press play again.
And then I think I Blizzard right here as we're getting up. Yeah.
Okay. Pause it. 2 things. 1, freeze Lucio. Like, he's a free kill if you slow him at all. 2, back us up to third person so you can see how many people this Blizzard hit.
1.
Use solo ult at Hanzo.
In my brain, my very, very small brain was, if I Blizzard here, they can't move in on us.
Okay, Blizzard is probably currently the 3rd best ultimate in the game, and you just wasted it.
What are the
Celery beat me down for that earlier.
Yeah.
What are the best ultimates in the game?
Transcendence, Beat, Blizzard, EMP still, although Sombra's not that good right now. Grav.
Which grab? Flux or Grabs or Surge?
Either. They're both good. But yeah, Maze is up there, mostly because it's a CC ult on a DPS.
Yeah. I have a question.
Mhm.
So if I was in this situation and I was a Hanzo, would it be okay to drag in here to get them back off?
No. If May uses Blizzard, if
No,
you're
I mean, like,
their
in this-
Hanzo or if you're a
Like,
Hanzo.
if I was Hanzo instead of the Mei and we got
No.
shattered,
Because Volatile has Grav.
okay.
If you're playing Hanzo and Zarya, you're playing for Grav Dragons.
Okay.
Wasting a dragon, especially when you already have a Grav, is really, really bad.
Okay.
Because you just you set everybody back ult economy wise now.
Yeah. And I know I did the same thing on Volskaya, and Celery ripped me a new one for that too.
Yeah. Pretty much the only ults you want to use to really force people to flat out back off. Batista's great for it because 1, he gets it fast, and 2, it forces them to literally just back up. They can't stand in front of it. His is probably the best example. Besides that, there's like a few DPS ults. Not a lot, though. Again, you really don't want to waste an ult just to force somebody to back up, especially if you can win a fight with it.
Okay.
And here, you did, like, their Lucio gets picked here. You could have killed him earlier if you just froze him. So at this point, you're actually up in this fight. And had you just played tight and fought for the team fight, you could have frozen their whole team and they wouldn't have had beat to stop it.
Okay.
Because their Lucio's dead. Instead, you just throw it and it's like, yeah, I guess you win the fight with it, but not really. Like, you kind of wasted it. You didn't necessarily need it, and you could have used it in a better spot. Press play though, and May perspective again. You back out of Immortality Field and die.
Wait for me.
So pause it. Both DPS die almost every fight. That's a positional issue. If you guys are getting team wiped, it'd be different, but it's usually just you two.
I'm usually losing in Widow duels, which is why I.
Yeah, we'll get to you on that, but keep playing for the Mei right now. Okay. So, whole lot of stuff here. One, if you didn't die because you stepped out of Immortality Field, you could have frozen their team in Grav and denied beat there. Actually, no, he beat it from top
High ground.
left, if I remember. Yeah. You could have still tried to freeze the Grav, which is May's job right now. Two,
Yeah.
you could have used Wall to cut them off from their beat. Like, you put Wall basically in the middle of the Grav, and it splits them.
Yeah.
A little bit more advanced. I wouldn't really expect that, but it's something you could have done. You do a lot of ice blocking in positions that will still result in you dying.
Okay.
Something to keep an eye on, because it happens a lot more later, especially on Volskaya. Press play.
Everyone is counting on me.
That was honestly a lucky pick.
All better.
A better Widow would have killed you 3 times now. 4 times.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody on your team called out Sonic arrows.
I think
No.
I called Sonic arrows a couple times. I called Sonic arrows a couple times.
Okay.
I tried my best to call Sonic arrows. I just didn't realize.
Right here, if again, if either of these snipers was better, you die right now. I honestly don't
Yeah.
remember if you die or not, but you should die right now. Press play. So that's another wasted wall. For reference, press play. For reference, in High Masters low GM games, you wait for the wall and then you go in. So as soon as you wall, my team is pushing. Wall is a win condition. You have to bait out wall before you push.
Okay.
I think Pasty wastes another shatter here. Press play.
We're getting shattered from behind.
Yeah. Oh, the flank shatter. Right.
Oh yeah, I turn around and I get shot by the Hanzo.
As soon as you guys got shattered, that fight was lost.
Yeah, I used Viper there and I still didn't see the Rhine. That's totally my fault for the Rhine being behind.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
It's also
going.
main tank's fault for not knowing that their main tank was missing.
How do you not know the Rhine part is not with your behind?
Just new to the game is all. You know, just something you don't think about when you're comping all the in low elos.
I saw that he was low, and then I don't know why I did that. Sorry, I killed you,
press
Hedgehog.
play. Yeah, you kind of just use cooldowns at random.
I think
Press
once
play.
he even walled me off and I couldn't get back to the team.
No, I did that
Plaza.
too.
Every time that Widow body shots you, assume a better Widow kills you.
Okay.
So actually, zoom out for a second. You see this huge open area at the bottom of King's Row.
Yeah.
You don't want to be there against double sniper ever. They have a million angles they can kill you from. You don't want to be anywhere on the yellow pad. You want to be like almost up near the right side wall or backing up more if your main tank is dead. You have no options right now. Your Rhine charged in and died. You basically have to wait for him.
Did Pasty do that, or is this like a hypothetical?
No, Pasty literally just charged in and died.
That's the pasty special.
Pasty.
Sounds like my old main tank.
It's the gold
Sounds
Reinhardt
like
special, to be
everything
honest.
old
You can
man
press
tank
play.
on the planet.
So you guys do a decent job. You back up. So right here, pause it. There's a mini health pack about a meter to your left. You can just grab that. You don't really need to wait for healing there. You don't need to wait for healing there. You can just grab the mini. Press play.
Get in the immortality field. Let them up.
I don't know how I didn't get booped there.
Okay, pause it.
I would have not run through.
Zoom out. Straight up, like top-down view. Your Blizzard got 0 people.
Yeah.
So
I need to
you
stop
almost
using
have
my
to.
ults as a CC and more as a fight-winning ultimate.
Yeah.
Well,
Go back
technically,
about
it's
5
CC.
seconds.
It's crowd control that wins fights, technically, I guess.
You see where they're standing now.
Yeah,
If you mail, where are they going to go?
that way. Well, you can't see me pointing, but the way that they did go.
Yeah, so throw it over there. Like, they can't really see it in terms of, like, where you threw it from was behind your main tank. So if you throw it somewhere, it's relatively unlikely they'll be able to react to that in time to get away from it.
Okay.
It freezes in, what, like 1.5 seconds? Something like that. So you have to predict it. You have to throw it where they're going to be, not just throwing it in their vicinity. It'd be much better if you had an Orisa here, but you don't. Wasn't going to criticize you, Zen, but put that on the corner, please. Because you can rotate with it.
Yeah, I was afraid of... No, actually, I don't know what I was afraid of. Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah.
I rushed it, I remember. Yeah, I remember that.
And not going to talk about Widow yet, but you got headshot again. Press play. And Omni.
I should have be paying attention that half our team got booped. Basically.
It was iffy because you kind of made the decision to use it before they popped up in kill feed.
I should have been in my head. I almost got booped. He probably got someone else.
Now, there where she popped the when you popped the Blizzard there, could you got a little bit forward and thrown it and then ice block to get more guys in there? And then have the team push into that? Just finish up and clean up?
You probably should have walled first, but you were already down 3 people.
Oh, I didn't see how many people were there.
Yeah, she had already made the decision to ult before they popped up in the kill feed, but they were going to be down 3 before Blizzard went off.
So I can't recall, I haven't played May in a while. If you throw it up, it goes further than if you're looking down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
it's
you're
an arc
looking,
projectile.
yeah, I wasn't It's more of instinct from me with the goats meta. If you're playing like Zarya or May, you look down and throw it so it doesn't get eaten.
Yeah, but the good thing is, like, right now they're not playing D.Va, so
or Sigma, but I was just so like focused in that moment. I looked down and threw it.
Yeah, that's why earlier we practiced just looking at the comp and seeing how that comp affects you.
Yeah.
All right, go back to second point and Widowmaker.
And Mayo it is 2.5 seconds. Look it up.
2.5. Okay. Sorry, feels so much faster.
It does, right? Yeah. Probably because she's usually freezing you at the same time.
Oh, you just instantly freeze, yeah. All right, so go to our Widowmaker, starting right here. Press play. Oh, first, pause it. Do you have toggle aim or hold aim?
Hold.
What's your ADS sensitivity?
38%.
Okay, what is your in-game sensitivity and DPI?
I use 800 DPI, and on Widowmaker is different from my other sensitivity because it's a little bit higher for the extra 5 flat. 4000 EDPI. And then for other heroes, I use 4.19 at 500 cents. Sorry, at 800 DPI.
Okay, press play. Zen, you remember what I said about hold aimers yesterday? Pay attention, look for that.
Would you rather be hold aimers or toggle?
It's personal preference. It changes a few things mechanically.
I didn't mean to put it there. I meant to put it near the wheel.
Saw it there. Okay. That's fucking unlucky, dude. That was actually a good rotation. So up top, you were good. As soon as the Hanzo like really started shooting at me at that range, he has the advantage. I would rotate. You did. It took you a little bit longer than you wanted to. You got a kill and then got unlucky and got shattered.
Mhm.
And I think Ryan charges in here with you, doesn't he?
No, he charges.
He charges pasty in here, but I'm pretty sure he ends up in here.
Volatile in here. But
Okay, press play.
we managed to kill him.
Widow 76.
Okay. Okay. Play that at quarter speed. 5 seconds previous starting. My first question is, why did you grapple at the Rhine?
I have no idea.
Because you panicked and pressed buttons.
Hey, that's what I do. Twinsies.
Okay, so you see the Widow here.
I needed that.
You saw it right there, Zen? Exactly what I saw it mentioned the other day.
No, I didn't.
What did I do?
So something that's mechanically typical of hold aimers is they will fire a shot and then unscope.
He did it once up top. I saw that.
He did it once up top too. Yeah. I have a guy on one of the other teams I coach. Well, it prevents you from landing any follow-ups. Like right there, you fired and you had no chance to follow up with any SMG.
Okay,
One, she was going to headshot you. It didn't matter.
I'm not supposed to do that.
It depends on the situation. Depends on the type of Widow you are. Like, for example, my Widow playstyle is I like to hard scope and hold long angles. So I sit in scope for a long time. Other Widows are more aggressive angles and they play much closer, and that's where like the hold aim has an advantage.
I'm pretty aggressive.
Okay. Considering how much you died, you might want to think about changing that.
Yeah.
Here, not really much you could do. She had a hard angle on you. You had trance, so you probably could have just like crouch spammed and tried to kill her with SMG. This is like 50-50 though. Like she landed a good shot at close range. Not much you can really do. Press play.
I should have hit mine, but she was behind the wall.
I mean, here's the thing. You can pause it actually for a second. That was probably the most 50-50 duel you're going to see. Every other duel I think you took with her, she had an advantage. Press play.
I'm not good at duels. I lost like half of them. I think I killed like one.
I counted it like twice. Okay.
That was unlucky. I called that she was behind us. How'd she even get over there? We killed her. And nobody noticed she was behind us.
So, pause it. What is your job right now as Widowmaker?
To duel theirs and then gain openness to shoot people. Get picks on their healers and stuff.
Okay, that was like 4 jobs. What is your primary job as Widowmaker here?
To pick their healers.
No.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Your job here is to find the enemy Widowmaker and kill her.
Okay. So that entire
Because if you
for her and
Yes.
and take her out?
Because if you're trying to pick the enemy healers and you haven't killed her, she's going to kill you.
Mhm.
She used sights. That fight's over before it starts. You don't even try to find her. You just wait, basically. Or she'll kill you like she did. You can press play. So with that in mind, you have to kill the enemy Widowmaker. So far, you've died twice because you were on low ground. There you go.
À la vie, à la mort.
Pause it. You saw it again there, Zen?
Yep.
See what I mean with like how it prevents any follow-up shot.
Mm-hmm.
And on a long angle like that.
I don't even notice it. I'm so used to doing it. I don't even notice.
Well, here, play it in 25.25 speed. Go back to that the two shots on the Hanzo.
Dans ma ligne de mire.
Okay? Play.
Regen up.
That was
On
sexy.
scope.
À la
Yep.
vie,
Oh, it resets your thing.
Okay, ready for this?
What happens here?
I'm gonna say you get fucked. No offense.
We know what happens here.
So, two things here. Pause.
I put my venom mine there.
You just spent an awful amount of time standing here doing nothing.
Honestly, I was watching for their widow because I had somebody had called out that she was on a flank somewhere on the left side. So I was hanging back watching for their widow so I could intercept her.
Okay, if Widow's on the flank on the left side and your whole team is up there, she's shooting them in the back right now. She wasn't there, but where she would be if she was in the location that was called wouldn't be where you're looking.
True. I just thought she might try to flank and then up to that top portion above the subway entry, like she did the other time. So I was trying to hold here to make sure she couldn't do that. That was like my whole thought process behind just standing here, was to make sure their widow could not flank like she did last time we lost the fight.
Somebody flanks and you were looking for a flank. Press play.
I was looking for a flank on the left side. That was totally my fault.
no one can hide from my sight.
You just
I
heard
hear him
Reinhardt.
coming.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I was spectating you for this. Yeah.
So,
Press play. Pause it. There are 6 walls between you and that widow right now.
mhm.
You have used your ultimate. It's halfway done, and you got no value. You actually got negative value because you didn't see the Reinhardt. In addition to that, you can look in front of you and see 5.
That was I will say it again. This entire loss was totally my fault, honestly. Because I don't know, I failed miserably.
But again, you should have been in a different position entirely. You should have been more aggressive. You claimed not 2 minutes ago that you like to play these really aggressive angles, and here you're sitting back on cart, like almost like you're playing capture the flag.
I usually like to play aggressive angles, but here I was watching for the widow. I should have pushed up once the widow was over there. I don't know why I did it, honestly.
Press play.
Like, this entire fight was just a bad game sense by me. So bad. I saw it in my head. Oh yeah.
Dude, if I were you, that Lucio would have scared the shit out of me.
The payload has reached
That was sexy. Oh, that.
Okay.
I just
2 things there. Go back to before he killed Lucio and go to 25x speed. Because this actually applies to you, Moody.
Okay.
Go to 25x speed. It's before this. Actually, pause it here. What do you never do against a Widowmaker, ever?
Jump.
Turn around.
Jump.
Oh. That
Same
too.
reason we talked about with Genji, double jumping is bad. It puts you in a predictable trajectory. This Lucio jumps off the wall, and he's basically dead before he even actually dies.
Mhm.
That's an easy shot to hit. Looks difficult, but it's the easy shot. So press play again.
Why is this gun there? That's funny.
I have found the enemy. Come and face me.
Pause it.
I thought I had a good angle here too, because I had like that present there for cover.
You are one shot from both snipers,
I just,
and the angle you are about to peek is the only angle you could have taken. Here's what I mean. Press play. Pause it. As soon as I see Widow there, I'm backing up.
Mm.
But you were probably tunneling on Hanzo.
Mhm. I didn't notice the widow.
Yeah. Press play. Yeah. Pause it. That too. You repeak the same angle. Like you peeked it, you saw them. Then you kind of need to decide, like right then and there, whether to back up or not. You chose to repeak and then die.
Mhm. I get
Press
double
play.
jumped. Oh my god, this arrow went through my hand. My arm.
Here I am.
Pause it. Okay. You've given away your position. You've repeaked once now on the Widow that knows you're there. Okay.
Mhm.
25 XP, please. Press
So
play.
back or come.
Nope.
Let them out.
Two things there. Pause it.
I missed.
Go back. Like 1 second, 2 seconds. Pause it as soon as he fires his next shot. You repeaked at 33% charge. Even if you had headshot her, she won't die there. So you repeaked without the ability to kill her.
Yeah, that's. I do that a lot. I repeat and then it doesn't let me shoot, and then she kills me.
Yeah. So
She was like, "Oh my gosh, she shoots too fast." I
actually,
just peeked too early. Like I'm too.
I'm gonna hop
I
in
just
game
peeked
for
too
this.
fast.
Can you let me stream here for a second, Zen?
Yeah.
It's like sniper specific crap, but
You want me to? I'm in game. You want me to jump in with you, or?
I'll invite Zen because you can spectate and see it then, or you can just watch the stream. Are you online?
Me?
Nope. Let me go on.
I can give you mine. Tag if you want. Wait, I have you. Here. I think it really matters. Just to be a skirmish. That's like a mob.
Doesn't matter.
Traveling
It's the concept. Okay. Just go Widow. And go to... We'll go to first point. You know the right side door on attack that like hogs like to go to the flank?
Yeah.
Yeah, stand there.
Let me change my to talk real quick.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that thing.
Okay, I'm standing here, right?
Yeah.
We're in a duel right now. He ducks behind cover.
Uh-huh.
He has the ability to decide when this duel happens now. He also has the ability to decide whether or not it happens at all. He is at a disadvantage in the sense that I know exactly where he's going to be.
Uh-huh.
Right? So go ahead and repeat.
He also decides.
He gets to decide when it happens, and if it happens, I have the advantage in I know where he is.
Uh-huh.
So here's what happened to you, basically. I don't think I have an angle here, but might. Go to the other side of that doorway, actually. And go ahead and peek whenever. That's basically what happened to you. You re-peeked, she was waiting, and she killed you. So in the reverse, go ahead and go into the spot I was at. Again, if I'm here, I have the advantage of cover.
Yeah.
And I know where he is. Somewhat. He can be anywhere, or don't shoot. He can be anywhere from here to here.
Yeah.
I get to decide when it happens and if it happens. I can decide to just do this and go somewhere else. If I decide to re-peek, he gets the advantage now because I basically get one shot at seeing him and shooting.
Yeah.
You also have a habit of doing this, by the way.
Yes, AD spam. That's what I do. That's why.
Here's what I would do in this situation.
Allez, montre-toi.
Not firing on every peek. But you get multiple opportunities because you, again, get to decide when it happens. You'll also notice I didn't really peek if I wasn't able to kill him.
So I just shouldn't peek ever?
No, that's not what I'm saying. At all.
No, I'm making a joke. I'm making a joke.
Unless you can't kill him.
But what he did was one of these. He was at like 30% charge and hard peeked the corner and had to wait another second before he could actually kill the guy.
Yeah.
So he basically just stood in the middle of nowhere and was dead. But yeah, same concept for, again, the other widow's here and you have to peek. Like, he gets to decide when it happens and if it happens, and I have the advantage of knowing when it's going to be.
Boink. Hi.
So now, how do you abuse this concept?
Locked and loaded.
I don't know. You could try to fake them out, and then after you could.
Well, the easy way to abuse the concept would be literally just this, right? Go play the high ground spot. Oh man, he sees me. He knows where I'm going to peek from. Real complicated stuff, right?
Yeah, not really.
Big brain.
Yeah.
Rendez-vous avec la mort.
Widowmaker is like, honestly, one of the easier characters in the game. She requires mechanical skill, but besides that, it's just like, literally make the smart play. If they know I'm standing here and they're holding an angle, what are the chances I'm going to hit them before they hit me and they know exactly where I am?
True. Yeah.
And that concept will apply no matter what map, no matter where they are, where you are.
Where were we?
Doesn't matter. If you're on Widow and they're on Widow and you have to take a 1v1 duel, put yourself at an advantage. Like, take a more aggressive angle on, like, where they're coming from. You can spawn camp enemy Widowmakers, too. I've done that many times. They're not ready for it. But, like, for example, your angle checking was honestly not bad on that last point. You came out of spawn. You checked the high angle. You checked the low angle. You checked the high angle again. You checked the low angle. You fired a shot low. You checked high again. And then you saw her, and then you, like, forgot everything you knew how to do and went like this.
That's how you play Widowmaker, right?
Instead of, like, making the aggressive play and, like, oh, man, like, she's down there and she sees me. I fire, I miss. Okay. Now we're over here. We're going to fire off this angle. We're going to rotate more down towards her to this angle. Like, you had a lot of options there besides AD strafing a corner.
Leave this to
And not really AD strafing, just timing your shots, which, I mean, timing shots against Widow is suicide. You know that.
Yeah.
No, you just have to remember it in-game.
Yeah.
Because, like, the AD strafe on that corner, like, just over and over, go ahead, do the same thing as me, Zen. Just, like, AD strafe and fire. Or that. Yeah. That's fine. But yeah, just like AD strafe on that corner and pre-fire, like you're trying to predict where I am.
Yep. Alright, thanks. It's really useful. Like, I just, right there, I was just like, going back to Widow, Headshot, Taco, VR, custom games, where you have to do that, otherwise you can get headshot instantly.
That's why I don't like those.
Like, I can hold my own in that. Like, I got first place a couple times before. But, I mean, this is different. Like, you're just practicing thinking and stuff.
It practices aim, but not the mind games. And sometimes that's the best thing you can do in Overwatch.
So you can like kind of start timing him up if he's going to keep pre-firing. That's exactly what happened to you. Like the Widow missed the first 2 or 3 shots and then killed you on the 4th. Because she timed you up.
Yeah.
Alright, Zion hop out. I want to put him in. And we'll run through the same thing.
I just friend requested you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, I'll change map too.
Who just left?
Dig.
Oh.
None of this really applies to him. Well, I mean, it would apply as Zen, but not really. Zen has a whole different fighting style against Widow.
You load so fast.
Oh, he is? Oh, well, Hanzo's different too. Okay, so same concept on the whole map, right? So go ahead, take your fights, pick them, and shoot.
I should stop your streams.
Yeah, stop cheating.
Yeah, now you have no cover, so now you're in the exact situation we talked about, right?
I should have grappled over to like either the doorway or the high ground. That was just so bad.
Yeah, do you see how much harder it is to predict shots I'm taking, though? You're kind of guessing not only which angle I'm on, but where on that angle. Whereas for you, I'm more just guessing where you are and then pre-firing the angle. There you go. See what I mean? All you had to do is hold head level. And hope I didn't duck, basically.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, move on to the next area.
No.
Like,
Where are we?
like second, like third point, or
Like second point.
second point. Okay. I'll take up a position here. See if I can figure out how to get up to it. Nope, I missed my grapple.
Allez, montre-toi.
I don't like how grapple hook takes longer to do now. So mine.
because with shields being weaker, she needed a nerf. She honestly needs just barrel sway. Be the most balanced thing they could do to her.
Heard you somewhere. Can't even find you.
Alright, now here's what I want you to do. Turn your sound off in-game. All sound effects.
Just master volume all the way down?
Yep.
Okay. I can hear nothing.
More to simulate like a bunch of shit going on in-game.
That's one way to find somebody.
Well, I did that just so I could cover myself there.
No, my meow meow.
I can't go in there though. I think that's your spawn. So I can't hit you.
Much better. You're starting to play like tighter angles. So
Well, like,
now here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna hold an angle on.
there. So I tried to take an angle that would allow me to like hold over there.
Amateur.
That
So
would
here's what I want you to do now.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm gonna be holding an angle, and I want you to deal with me on an angle.
Okay.
So you're gonna know where I am and what angle I'm holding, or relative to what angle I'm holding. You just have to deal with it. Are you on
I
third
don't
point
wanna
yet, or are you
steal-
not?
I'm like right. I'm like right here. I want to kind of simulate what I did.
No
Alright.
one can
You
hide.
can back off
from
your
my
angle now.
sight.
I have sights up, so back up.
I still can't hear anything, so I'm looking at my subtitles.
Oh yeah.
Sights is still up. Just wait. You're good now.
Adieu.
I just failed miserably. I can't hear anything, which is messing me up.
Now you know how I felt during the entire script. Like that sounded way more shady than I meant it to be.
Wait,
But-
you can't hear?
Well,
And you-
It doesn't
like,
have a
I
headset
no
on.
sound.
Doesn't know where things are coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's why one reason I had you turn your sound off is because during mid fights you often lose track of things.
Yeah.
I literally
I've
can't hear like my own footsteps and my shooting or whatever. Can you hear shooting? Or is it what?
I can hear things like kind of. But while I'm like if I'm in a competitive game, like and I have my headset on and I'm not in Discord, like I know everything. Like I'll hear something like fucking behind me. I need to turn my light on. I can't believe it's been off this entire time. I'll be right back.
Locked and
Okay.
loaded.
So that's the Widow concepts I wanted to go over with you. The Hanzo concepts are both when you're playing Hanzo and when you're playing against Hanzo. So when you're fighting against Hanzo, play the high ground spot you're playing before, like right up here where I am.
Oh, where are you? Up there? Yeah.
Play up here.
Should I switch to Hanzo?
No. You're playing there as Widow fighting against a Hanzo. This range, you're at a huge disadvantage, right? And you can't really do anything about me here. Well, you can predict me peeking, but that's it.
See through the dragons.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I get shot.
Yep. There's not much you can do about it. So again, like, you rotated, but it took you too long. Hanzo vs. Widow is honestly more about lining up, like, pre-firing your headshot and just hard peeking in such an aggressive way that she can't actually hit the headshot. So, like, for example, go to that spot that the Widow killed you from when you were up at window.
Up that window, what do you mean?
I'm up here, right?
Yeah, up there.
You were over there, or the Widow was over there. And I'll show you how you should have taken that duel. Or not taken it at all. Again, still an option.
Over here?
Yep. So you hard peeked and she hadn't seen you yet. Now come forward to where she was. She was like out in the middle, no cover. You hard peeked, saw her, and she didn't see you yet. You had the option to immediately headshot her. You didn't. You missed. After that point, you were on this side of the doorway.
Yeah.
You then peeked again, fired a Sonic. You now had Sonic on her. You needed to line up that shot and hit her.
Yes.
You peeked once, twice, 3 times, and then you should have left. Again, you take 1 damage, you leave. What you could have done is rotated down low to the other angle and just pick the spot where she couldn't shoot you. Right? What can you do to me as Widow if I'm shooting your team from here?
Well, I can't hear you, so I don't know.
Look down at the point. You'll see the arrows.
Okay, yeah, I see. From where I am, I can't do it. So I have to.
Exactly.
And
Oh, you're rotating onto my angle.
Ow.
You die.
Ow. Okay. Yeah.
It's like super easy concept, but oh, here's the other thing. As Hanzo, never ever ever sit on this window. You can turn your sound back on for this. You never ever want to sit on that angle to start the round as Hanzo, unless you've Sonic'd the top window and you know they do not have a Widow. You Sonic the door, and we're trying to duel a Widow without Sonic at that range, she will kill you.
One shot.
As for dealing with the Widow as Hanzo, literally you need to get closer to her than she can to you. Take the fight. That's pretty much all from the King's Row VOD, though. It was a lot of, like, it seemed like a lot of you not understanding the concepts of taking a duel.
Yeah, I'm not good at 1v1ing against Hanzo as a Widow. I'm not even good at 1v1ing as Hanzo versus a Widow.
I'm Sonic, so no thanks. And there you go. That's what the Hanzo should have done to you about 6 times, and you peeked them. In the second point. Alright, on to Volskaya.
I might have to leave soon. We're gonna go eat. Sorry.
You can, to be honest. Most of the stuff on Volskaya was May stuff.
Well, I'll say. Alright.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries. Ready for battle.
Oh.
Ready for battle.
Okay, pull up Volskaya, and let me hop back into the stream.
5, 4.
Cool.
3.
Okay.
1.
May's perspective, please.
Defend objective A.
Observe the barrier.
Time for new adventure.
Pause it, actually. Like 1 second. This is gonna be really negative. Don't take it personally, please. Press play. Pause it. You just committed suicide.
Jumping off the bridge.
You walled up over their May wall, and you drop down into the middle of the enemy team. Even if you ice block here, they'll push past you and then kill you. Because you won't have the support of your team. On top of that, you're AFK for the beginning, which not really the best look, but you also, because of that, they got to run through the choke for free, despite you having a...
I realize I've been fucking muted this entire time. I'm literally... I was saying that, I thought our Reinhardt got cut off, and I was gonna jump up and help him, but as I was landing, I went, oh shit, no one got cut off.
We don't even have a Reinhardt.
You don't need to drop, though. Regardless of whether or not anybody got cut off, like, you can literally wall up. If you're gonna wall here, which isn't the best decision anyways, like, press play. You can just stand on top of your wall. Or walk to your left to the high ground. You don't have to do anything. as you drop down, you killed yourself.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Well, I meant main tank.
So you've just used Ice Block. You've committed both your cooldowns. If they were better, they would push past you and then kill you. Instead, they're going to back off. Press play. So you just W into them twice and die.
I'm not a Mei tank.
That could have gone better.
Objective lost. New defense point. Objective B.
There are stairs to your right. Pause it. You emptied an entire clip and did not land a shot.
Yeah.
Press play.
She's playing on controller though. That's just funny. I would have walled off the shadows.
Well, it's not like you have the time to press the button and then press the other button when you hear hammer and then all of a sudden you're on the ground.
No, but since you were affected by the shadows, you could have walled them off. So when and then you can poison the wall.
Can you pause it? What were you saying?
For me?
Yeah, you said like she could have cried, right?
So their Rhine shattered our team, right? A couple people were on the ground. She had wall. She could have used wall to block their team from doing extra damage to our team, so our team could get back up, regroup, and push back in.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, I didn't see the moment specifically that you were talking about. Go back, Zion.
Like right when they shattered, I think I would have taken a wall and tried to put it in between my team and their team.
Can I see that?
No, after it's still before this. It's still before this. It's like 2:40. Alright, so she used wall to get back up here. She had wall right here. Shattered. I would wall them off as close as I could, so that they couldn't do any extra damage to whoever's back there, because that's our main healer and our main tank. That's just what I would do.
Yeah, it would have had to be really aggressive, but it was possible.
Mhm.
You didn't need to drop down for it either.
I think I was dropping down for a contest, but I don't remember. I was either dropping down to contest or help Volatile.
Oh, we already had the contest volatile. But I mean, I can understand trying to help her, but you should always try to keep high ground on May, unless you're pushing the front line, because she has her right click.
Yeah, but her left click is probably one of the most important, like, I guess, fires that she has. Like, yeah, you can right click from far away, but in this situation, I would have rather been up close. Like, since I don't really have the balls to wall off an entire team, unless it's me on one side and the entire team on the other side, I wanted to drop down and, like, help in the best way that I could, either by pulling the distraction off our main tank and healer, or by, like, kind of, like, freezing them still.
That's the wrong decision. At this point, with this shatter, if you wall, you might actually win the fight. If you don't wall, you now need to switch into, like, staggering on point, basically, and dying one at a time. By dropping down, you end up getting wiped.
Okay.
Press play.
Yeah.
Yeah, Volatile wins that fight. Pause it. What are all of your settings?
Mine?
No,
Me?
the person playing the game.
I'm
Yeah,
on a
what are all your settings?
controller.
Okay, press play.
Activating the barrier.
Big plays.
Okay. So pause that.
I
If
caught
there's
up.
a target
I
you
cut
should have been
myself off
freezing.
of trends.
No, if there's a target you should have been freezing, it would have been the Moira.
Yeah.
Because that cancels her ult. Press play.
Allow me to repair the damage.
I think at one point someone was like, "Drop the wall," and I was like, "It's not my fucking wall." But I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Me being on Widow at all is not making sense, but yeah, I feel you, I feel you, I feel you.
And there's.
I think at this moment, actually, I commented that the supports are in the right spot, the tanks are up pretty far, and the DPS are making up our back line.
Well, I'm hanging back to try
I was
to
like,
take damage and stuff. On
you're
the-
Hanzo, though, that's okay. You can definitely be more aggressive if you wanted to be, but this is okay. But, like, May operates in the same vicinity as tanks. Not as a frontliner, but she plays like an off tank, and you're with your supports right now, which is not where you should be.
Yeah.
It takes you way too long to put walls down. It's gotta be like nearly. Oh, yeah, pause this. Zoom out overhead view, please.
Where am I? Am I dead? No. I'm
Yes.
Not. Where am I?
You're in the high ground, all the way in the back.
You're about to die.
No, I think I was dropping down to get the health pack on the right side because I was like 1 HP.
Press play.
In case he was playing too hard that there.
Yeah.
Because he was just able to get dinked by their May like 50 times.
Back to May perspective.
He used a lot of ult that fight as well.
Yeah.
My ult wasn't very good that fight. I think I wasted it.
Enemy visually confirmed.
Let them out.
I've got to head out, guys.
Okay.
Score 0. Ready for
There's the panic wall, but besides that, no. No.
My
it's
entire
just-
personality is a panic wall. I need to focus on not panicking because that's kind of my whole thing at this point. Because most of my
Can you
ults
pause it for
were
a second?
like, oh fuck, and then like it's like a turtle shell for me, and I
The
need to
difference between the ranks of players is honestly not even so much mechanical skill. It's how much pressure you are able to take before you make a mistake or panic. Difference between a master's support and a silver support is a silver support is going to panic when a monkey jumps on them. The master support is going to have a plan and know what to do. Getting yourself up to that point is a challenge, but it's what you should be working on.
Yeah. Like, it just, for me, well, obviously, I'm not, like, on this team as a support player, but if a monkey jumps on me, it's more of a, oh, shit.
It's the same concept for a DPS. Oh, man, I'm fighting this other widow. Is panicking, or do I have a plan and know what I'm doing?
I mean, I can't sleep a monkey on DPS. But I get your
not
point.
really the point. You can press play.
Don't ask questions.
So, pause it. Your job is May right now. Two things. One, if you're going to use wall that early, use it to high force down any DPS that are waiting to flank you.
Yeah.
May
That was
wins
an actual-
pretty much every 1v1 in the game. Two, if you had wall right now, you can kill their May. And I think you're about to mess up a wall when she ice blocks too early. Press play. Yeah. Like, that needed to be walled.
Half of my walls right here were buying time to get the TP set up, and then we just never set up the TP.
Pause it. You were in front of your Reinhardt for about 4 or 5 seconds there. Wall is not designed like block damage. It's you use it to cut people off. You use it to give yourself high ground for free. It's almost never ever used to actually block damage unless you're blocking an ultimate. It's a waste of a wall. Otherwise, press play.
Much better.
Pause it. You didn't keep track of all the enemies, so there's a Mei behind you. And you dropped off high ground for no real reason. They weren't forcing you down yet. You guys had like all the advantages right now until you split up and dropped.
Yeah.
The actual goal here is not to win the point, it's to win the fight. Press play.
Thank God for Zion.
You had cryo though. She was about to freeze you and you didn't use it. Pause it. Their whole team's behind you. The only one using immortality is Zen, and you're really using it. You don't need to shoot it. Press play. Again, you had both your cooldowns and didn't use them to keep yourself alive.
That could have gone better.
He's complaining that NA comp is too toxic.
What's it?
How the hell did you figure that out?
I speak some Spanish. I want to be police, remember?
Oh yeah, I wanted to, I'll get up on a wall and move to that window.
So, Zion, that was the part I was talking about. That was the part I was talking about where, like,
yes,
you just walked
Panic
around
wall.
their wall into a window.
Gotcha, yeah.
Into a window bongo. So, Suicide. Zen, have you been keeping track of how many final blows?
No.
Probably at 0.
Yeah, it's 0. Let's play. You didn't see it. I think you just blocked your Reinhardt's fire strike though, which would have gotten him the shadow.
I think I just did it again.
Yeah, you're just wasting wall here repeatedly. Pause it. You could have just killed their Mei. If you wall behind her in cryo, she just dies. She does not have wall off cooldown. She can't get away at all. Instead, you use wall and you actually save her. And had you killed her here, you get ahead in terms of Blizzard too.
Yeah.
So this was kind of a turning point. Let's play.
Everyone is counting on me.
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about with the Zen. We're like,
Yep. My internal clock said they should be back, but I guess I didn't see how long it should have taken them to.
if they had a Lucio, definitely. But they didn't have it yet. It's another wasted wall.
What should she be looking for to use wall here on attack?
On attack, you have a Lucio, you should be speeding into them and walling. Because if they're gonna play, if you zoom out, go to where their Batiste is. Yeah. So their Batista's up there. Their Zen and their Mei are there. If you push hard through choke, they're gonna back up into the left, right? You can wall on the corner. You see where like there's the little painting of the robot on the left side wall?
Uh-huh.
You can wall right there and cut their tanks off from their retreating support in Mei and kill them.
Okay.
Or at the very least, force lamp.
Okay.
That's what you should be looking for. Wall is like, even if, honestly, on a tank, like, walling even out in the middle, like, in the open, if you just wall behind the tank so they have to go around the wall, that's usually enough to kill them. That's why Mei is being used on every map right now. Because it doesn't matter if it's like a full cutoff or not. It's just you buy a second and the thing dies. Let's play.
Yeah.
No, I like the thought.
No, sorry. I was laughing, not at what you said, but the sound of Mei reloading got stuck. Oh, here's my Blizzard. Maybe? Oh no, I jumped here. Yeah, I think I took a flank angle here for a Blizzard.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this.
Tell the team.
I don't remember if I did or not.
Well, I mean, our wrist is dead as well. So this is a no-go.
Yeah, I think I waited here.
So two things here. Pause it. One, you should be calling out everything you see. If you are going to be back here, you might as well be scouting. 2, press play. Pause it. You've now given away your position. You're about to use wall in front of you. You're not shooting anything, so you've just dropped and just dropped to drop. And you could have comboed Blizzard and pull Blizzard and Dragon, even Blizzard and Window to wipe their team, and instead you're going to try to solo Blizzard here. And it's a 1v6 play, and it's not going to work out. Press play. Pause it. Zoom out overhead view. You got their Sigma, sort of. He's not actually in the Blizzard, but he's frozen because Blizzard. And the only other person that was actually going to get stuck in it was the Zen or the Orisa, both of whom had abilities that could get them out of it. Orisa just golded and walked away. Press play.
See how solo queue that was? Those are things that can't happen in a team game anymore.
Yeah.
Got to communicate everything with your team. And now you're playing Reinhardt again. Against a sniper.
Now we're what?
I said now you're playing Reinhardt again against a sniper. Your Ryan was nowhere near you and you walked in front of Honda.
Yeah,
Oh, here
again,
I was
pause
getting
it.
ready to touch.
I mean, we have
So-
30 seconds.
Yeah, so
And
again,
Alicia.
yeah, multiple things here. One, not your job to touch. Two, did you play on console or are you just a PC player?
I played on console for like a month and a half, and then I moved to PC.
Okay. Your general assumption should be that any sniper is going to kill you if you're out in the open.
Okay.
I know I've mentioned this 3 or 4 times now. It's because I cannot stress it enough. Once you hit diamond, the Widowmaker stop missing. They'll at the very least body shot you. Hanzo's too. Press play. So here. You don't have headset, never mind, you didn't hear the Batiste. Press play.
See how we're not even using Mei?
Press play. Could have walled here to probably protect your team a little bit. Or to isolate the Zen, or isolate literally anybody here. Press play. You're not focusing any single target. You had the Zen nearly frozen and then backed off him. It takes 1.5 seconds to freeze on Mei with a primary fire. That's all I had.
Sounds good. Yeah, that was good. Nearly 3 hours, so longer than usual, but it was needed, I think.
Yeah.
You got any questions?
So, I'm gonna be subbing for a game tomorrow, and I'm going to be the Brig Jail player. Do you mind if we like hop in game and you like teach me